Sugar isn't just bad for your waistline. It's secretly waging war on your immune system. Studies reveal how sugar fuels chronic inflammation, weakens immune cell activity, and even makes you more likely to catch a virus. But here's the shocking twist. This disruption doesn't just happen after years of overindulgence. It kicks in right after just one sugary snack. Want to know the science behind this and how you can fight back? Let's dive in. What if that chocolate chip cookie you love isn't just an afternoon pick-me-up, but actually working against you, quietly dismantling your immune defense? To understand how this happens, let's start with the basics. Your immune system relies on a cast of important players like T cells and macrophages. These cells are your body's frontline defenders against infections. T cells coordinate the attack, signaling other parts of the immune system, while macrophages act as the cleanup crew, digesting harmful pathogens. Here's the interesting part. Like most of the cells in your body, these immune cells need glucose, a type of sugar, to do their job. They use this fuel to perform crucial tasks like producing cytokines, recognizing invaders, and eliminating them swiftly. But here's where things go wrong. When you consume too much sugar, or even a single sugary snack, you flood your body with glucose. Think about it like this. Imagine an army preparing for battle. The soldiers are equipped with just the right amount of ammunition to complete their mission effectively. Now, picture someone suddenly dumping heaps of extra ammo at their feet. Instead of it being helpful, the abundance overwhelms the soldiers, leaving them confused and disorganized. That's exactly what happens to your immune cells when there's too much sugar circulating through your system. They struggle to function properly, and this dysfunction can be startlingly quick. Research shows your immune system's efficiency can drop within a matter of hours after a sugary meal. One way this happens is through reduced production of cytokines, the proteins that act as messengers between cells. Without enough cytokines coordinating the immune response, infections take hold more easily. Additionally, high blood sugar impairs a process known as phagocytosis, the mechanism macrophages use to engulf and destroy harmful pathogens. It's as if these cleanup cells are working at half speed, letting bacteria and viruses linger in your body longer than they should. This creates a cascade of problems, from slower recovery times when you get sick to an increased risk of infections taking root to begin with. You might think it takes years of a sugar-heavy diet for these issues to arise, but the reality is much more immediate. A sugary breakfast pastry or a soda with lunch can trigger short-term immune suppression. Let's say you start your morning with a sugary latte and a muffin. For hours afterward, your immune system is essentially running on low fuel, distracted and less effective, making it an open invitation for germs to sneak through your defenses. For example, some studies show that within as little as 2 hours after consuming sugar, immune cell activity decreases, giving pathogens more time to thrive. Cutting back on sugar, however, offers a surprising level of resilience. Your immune cells are remarkably adaptive. Just as they can become sluggish when overloaded, they can bounce back when given the right balance of nutrients. Reducing sugar allows T cells and macrophages to perform their tasks without interference, and studies even indicate people who keep sugar intake low tend to recover faster from illnesses like colds and infections. This is because those cytokines start functioning again, phagocytosis improves, and your body's natural defense systems begin firing on all cylinders. Now, you might assume this is where the damage stops, just within the immune cells themselves. But sugar has a ripple effect far beyond that. One of sugar's most deceptive tricks is how it provokes an inflammatory response in your body, imitating an infection even when one isn't there. This is where things start to get even more fascinating, and we're about to uncover the hidden connection between sugar and chronic inflammation. Could sugar be fooling your body into thinking it's under attack? It sounds strange, but it's exactly what happens every time you consume large amounts of it. To unpack this, we have to look at inflammation. Normally, inflammation is a good thing. Your body's built-in response to injury or infection. When things are working as they should, inflammation acts like a fire alarm, a signal to your immune system that something is wrong and action is needed. Temporary inflammation helps you fight off an invader or heal from an injury. But an inflamed body that doesn't actually need rescuing? That's when things get messy. This is where excess sugar steps in as a troublemaker. When you eat too much sugar, your body starts releasing pro-inflammatory cytokines, those helpful proteins we mentioned earlier, except this time, inappropriately. It's almost as if sugar sounds a false alarm, tricking your immune system into thinking there's a crisis. And instead of comforting your body, sugar, often enjoyed for exactly that, ends up creating internal stress. Picture inflammation like fire sprinklers going off in a building. Normally, they're only activated when there's a real fire, putting it out quickly. But with high sugar consumption, those sprinklers start spraying water everywhere, even when there's no real threat. At first, it might seem harmless, but over time, unnecessary inflammation wears down your immune defenses, pulling attention and resources away from where they're actually needed. Here's where the science gets especially interesting. Chronic high glucose levels, like those seen in people with diabetes, make the situation much worse. Sugar doesn't just cause your body to release unnecessary inflammatory signals, it also shifts the balance of immune cell activity. Studies have found that elevated glucose promotes the production of TH17 cells, a type of immune cell associated with inflammation. While these cells have a role in fighting off infections, too many of them make your immune system hyperactive, which can lead to bigger health problems. In fact, this overproduction is linked to autoimmune conditions, where the body mistakenly attacks its own healthy tissues. As one study shows, these processes can worsen conditions like experimental colitis and multiple sclerosis. The irony here is striking. Sugar, often seen as a source of energy and comfort, is actually working in the background to exhaust your body. This prolonged state of false alarms deprives your immune system of the ability to respond efficiently to real health threats. It's the reason people with high sugar diets are often more susceptible to infections like the flu or even slower wound healing. But the story doesn't stop there. Chronic inflammation isn't just about getting sick more often. It sets the stage for bigger, long-term health risks. As pro-inflammatory cytokines continuously circulate, they not only weaken your immune function but also leave you vulnerable to chronic diseases. Everything from heart disease to autoimmune conditions to metabolic disorder. It's a domino effect. One trigger, like sugar, knocking over system after system until your body is in a constant low-grade battle with itself. The good news, studies also reveal that inflammation markers in the blood can begin to drop within weeks of reducing sugar intake. When you stop flooding your body with false triggers, your immune system can finally reset its priorities. It's like hitting pause on an endless series of unnecessary alarms, giving your immune cells the ability to focus on genuine threats. That means better recovery times, fewer colds, and even a lowered risk of developing chronic illnesses down the line. But while the connection between sugar and inflammation is clear, sugar's troublemaking doesn't end there. Its impact on your gut health, a critical piece of your overall immunity, is often overlooked. Let's explore how sugar disrupts the delicate balance of your microbiome and weakens one of your body's most important immune defenses. Quick pause. If you're finding this helpful and you're ready to take the next step in supporting your immune health naturally, don't miss this. I've created a free Natural Life Starter Kit filled with powerful tools to help you reduce sugar, balance your immune system, and feel your best. Inside, you'll get gut-healing herbs, a 7-day affirmation calendar, and a gentle detox plan to kickstart your transformation. Grab yours now using the link in the description or pinned comment. Your body will thank you. What if the real secret to a strong immune system isn't found in a fancy supplement, but in the trillions of tiny organisms living inside your gut? The gut microbiome, a complex community of bacteria, fungi, and other microbes, has become one of the most important players in our understanding of immune health. These microbes aren't just passive house guests. They actively work to protect your body, defending you against harmful pathogens and teaching your immune system how to respond to threats. A healthy, balanced microbiome is like a built-in shield, one that plays a critical role in keeping you healthy. But here's the problem. Sugar is its biggest enemy. When you eat too much sugar, it begins to throw this carefully balanced ecosystem off track. The gut is home to both beneficial bacteria and harmful microbes, each competing for dominance. A diet high in sugar feeds the harmful ones, causing them to multiply at the expense of the good bacteria. This shift creates an imbalance, known as dysbiosis, where the beneficial microbes are outnumbered. When this happens, your gut microbiome starts to lose its ability to effectively support your immune system. Think of your gut microbiome like a thriving garden. The good bacteria are your protective plants, strong, resilient, and deeply rooted in the soil, keeping the garden balanced and healthy. But sugar? It's like dumping a bag of fertilizer straight onto the weeds. It gives the harmful microbes the energy they need to spread, choking out the good bacteria and leaving your garden overrun and struggling to function. Over time, this imbalance begins to break down your gut's protective barriers. One of the most concerning effects of this process is what's called a leaky gut. Normally, the lining of your gut acts like a tightly locked gate, carefully controlling what passes into your bloodstream. When sugar feeds harmful bacteria, they release byproducts that weaken this barrier, making it more permeable. Suddenly, things that should stay contained, like toxins, undigested food particles, and even pathogens, start slipping through the cracks and entering your bloodstream. This triggers your immune system to react, leading to widespread inflammation throughout the body. Beyond just increasing inflammation, sugar's impact on gut health undermines a specific component of immunity called the 17. These immune cells are vital for protecting the gut lining and combating infections. But studies show that high sugar consumption lowers the 17 activity. Without enough support from these cells, your immune defenses weaken, increasing your risk of infections and even certain diseases. The disruption doesn't stop there. Research has also found that changes in gut bacteria caused by excess sugar can promote metabolic diseases like obesity, as the imbalance leads to greater fat absorption in the intestines. It's a ripple effect, affecting not just your immunity, but also your overall health. What's even more surprising is how this disruption in gut health cascades into other areas of your life. The gut-brain axis, a two-way communication system between your gut and your brain, means that imbalances in your microbiome can influence your mental health and energy levels. When harmful bacteria dominate, they can produce substances that affect mood and cognition, leaving you feeling tired, sluggish, or even anxious. So, in undermining your gut health, sugar isn't just sabotaging your immune system, it's impacting how you think and feel on a daily basis. The good news? The gut microbiome is more flexible than you might expect. Studies show that cutting back on sugar can restore balance in the gut in as little as a few weeks. When sugar intake is reduced, the beneficial bacteria have a chance to reclaim their territory, strengthening your gut lining and, in turn, your immune system. This recovery doesn't just improve immunity, it also enhances energy, mood, and overall well-being, offering a powerful reminder of how connected the gut is to your entire body. If you're wondering how to start, there are simple changes you can make to satisfy your cravings without relying on sugar. Swapping sugary treats for naturally sweet options like fruit or choosing fiber-rich foods can help stabilize the microbiome while still giving you a sense of sweetness. By taking small, thoughtful steps, you can protect your gut, strengthen your immune health, and enjoy the added benefits of a more balanced body and mind. You might be wondering, if sugar weakens the immune system so quickly, how long does it take to recover once you start cutting back? The answer might surprise and encourage you. Research shows that positive changes in immune function can begin within just days of reducing sugar intake. Your immune system isn't fixed in place. It's dynamic and adaptable. Once the excess glucose is out of your bloodstream, your T cells, macrophages, and cytokine production begin to rebound. Think of it like rebooting a computer after a crash. Remove the interference and the system resets itself. One study found that markers of inflammation such as C-reactive protein, CRP, can drop significantly within 2 to 4 weeks of adopting a low-sugar whole food diet. That means your immune cells get sharper, faster, and more efficient in just a matter of weeks, not months or years. People often report fewer colds, better energy, improved sleep, and even faster wound healing, all indicators that your body is regaining its natural defenses. And it doesn't require perfection. Even modest reductions, like cutting sugary drinks or skipping dessert, can lead to measurable improvements. The bottom line? Your body responds quickly when you stop overwhelming it. Every sugar-free day is a win for your immunity. And the best part? The longer you maintain those changes, the stronger and more resilient your immune system becomes over time. By now you might be thinking, okay, I get it. Sugar's not doing me any favors, but what can I eat instead? You don't have to give up sweetness entirely to protect your immune health. The key is making smarter, natural swaps that support, not sabotage, your body's defenses. Start with fruit, nature's original dessert. Berries, apples, and citrus fruits not only satisfy your sweet tooth, they're packed with antioxidants, vitamin C, and fiber, all of which help modulate immune response and reduce inflammation. Unlike refined sugar, the natural sugars in fruit are bound to fiber, which slows absorption and prevents blood sugar spikes. Another fantastic option is raw honey in moderation. Rich in enzymes and antimicrobial properties, a teaspoon in your herbal tea can be both soothing and immune-friendly. Just be sure to use it sparingly. It's still sugar, but a gentler form with added benefits. Cinnamon, vanilla, and cocoa powder are also powerful tools. These natural flavor enhancers can trick your taste buds into perceiving sweetness without adding refined sugar. Try sprinkling cinnamon on roasted sweet potatoes or adding a dash of vanilla to Greek yogurt or smoothies. And don't forget about dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao. When consumed in small amounts, it can actually provide flavonoids that support immune health while still feeling indulgent. Finally, fiber-rich foods like chia seeds, oats, and nuts can help stabilize blood sugar and feed the good bacteria in your gut. They keep you feeling full and satisfied, reducing cravings for sugary snacks in the first place. So rather than focusing on deprivation, think in terms of empowerment. You're not just removing something harmful, you're replacing it with options that nourish your immune system and taste delicious. Small swaps make a big difference. Sugar may seem like a harmless indulgence, but inside your body, it's quietly sabotaging your defenses. From overwhelming your immune cells to fueling unnecessary inflammation and disrupting your gut health, its effects go far beyond what meets the eye. This research challenges us to rethink our sugar habits, not just for physical appearance, but for something far deeper, our health and resilience. Each choice matters. Cutting back, even gradually, is a powerful step toward restoring balance and strengthening your immunity. Every small adjustment brings you closer to a body that's more energized, protected, and ready to face life's challenges. Are you ready? Sugar might be sweet on the outside, but now you know its impact runs much deeper. The good news? Every mindful choice brings you closer to a healthier, more resilient you. Start your journey today with the Natural Life Starter Kit. It's completely free and designed to help you detox, heal, and thrive naturally. And if you're wondering what to eat instead of sugar, I've got you covered. Watch next. Eat these superfoods for 7 days and watch your body change. For simple swaps that taste amazing and nourish your immunity from the inside out. Your body's defense system deserves the best fuel. Let's make it stronger, together.